and happy Halloween, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for today's episode. That's right, today's episode of Welcome to Derry, episode 2. They dropped it a little early on Halloween, very appropriate, obviously. You could still watch this episode on Sunday if you don't have time to watch it. Just letting you know, I'm going to be spoiling this episode and also the events of last week's episode. So just letting you guys know now, you can go back and watch this. They are going to still have it up there. It's already up on HBO Max. You don't have to worry about Sunday or you're going to, miss it. It's already out there. You can just watch it. It normally is Sundays, but since today is Halloween, they wanted to drop it early. So I'm letting you guys know, spoilers ahead for if you have not seen this episode. So let's talk about it. Welcome to Derry. So the first episode was really good. I did really enjoy it. I did like the tone of it. It felt very Goonies meets Stranger Things, but also feeling that whole creepy vibe that the first two It films gave us, and the film versions, not the Tim Curry one. And it was directed by Andy Muschietti, who you also know directed the original two It films as well. He's also directed The Flash. He's going to be directing the new Batman film for DC. So Andy Muschietti, very busy man. So the events of last week's episode were exactly what we all feared. We were all wondering, oh, those kids, they went to the movie theater to see what was going on. That was the last time that one kid disappeared. Their friends wanted to go check on, see what kind of clues they could find. They go there and then they get attacked by Pennywise. But it wasn't really Pennywise and as the clown version. It was Pennywise using one of his, evil tactics. If you guys remember from the opening of the episode, the kid who disappeared, he got taken by a bunch of people, and then the woman gave birth to this mutated baby-looking thing with wings, and that baby came back and killed the two boys and the one boy's sister and got rid of them, period. And then the one girl, Lily, the main girl, and the other girl, Veronica, I think her name is. Ronnie, that's what they call her. She's the daughter of the guy who runs the movie theater. Yeah, they survived while everybody else died. So, naturally, instead of believing the kids, they think the movie theater guy did it, because, he's black. So they're like, oh, let's point the fingers to the black guy. Speaking of, the black people, we also have our favorite new airman. He's still getting comfortable, adjusting to the new town. He's in the new base now. He's an Air Force pilot, obviously. And he got jumped in that last episode. And, we find out why he got jumped. Apparently, the colonel who brought him in to Derry set the whole thing up. It was mostly a test to see his loyalty, to see what he knows about, if he knows anything at all about the secret mission, the secret project that the military is working on behind closed gates in a way. And he had no idea what was going on. And of course, he passed the test. So that way they can trust him. Like, okay, we trust you now. We're sorry we had to do what we did to you. Kind of went off script, but we had to do it to you anyway. So they take him to the base, and then they show him the secret behind the secret, facility. And apparently the military is looking for something, a weapon that they can use to destroy their enemies before the enemies destroy them, kind of a thing. And I'll get to that in a minute. But we also get to see Lily and her friends dealing with the aftereffect of what happened to her friends. They're all dead. And the town is kind of freaked out about what happened. Ronnie's, just came back to school and everybody's looking at her as like, oh, another freak, because they all bully Lily because her father got killed in a pickle factory, and they all make fun of her with pickle jars. And Pennywise continues to taunt her, not only her, but also Ronnie too. We find out Veronica, or Ronnie, her mother died in childbirth, I would assume, because she goes to sleep one night and then this creature shows up, and it looks like her mother, but it was all kind of a hag version of her mother, and it looks like it popped out a baby, but the baby has teeth inside. So it looked like either she had a bad C-section, or she just died of childbirth, but the area, the pregnancy area, had teeth, so it was dragging her to try to kill her. So it was Pennywise basically playing mind games like he always does. And we also get to see Ronnie get angry at Lily because she's like, listen, if you're gonna tell the cops the truth, maybe it will save my father, because everybody's blaming him anyway. And Lily's like, listen, I told the cops your father wasn't there. They don't believe me. I don't know what to tell you. So of course they asked her again, and then of course we see Lily dealing with the fact that nobody believes her. And then they decide that they're gonna lock her up. They're gonna lock her up in a facility, literally an asylum for, I guess, the crazy people. And it's not looking good for her. And of course we also get to meet the colonel's, the air pilot's son. He's pretty cool. He likes space stuff, so we get to see him kind of transition to school. His mother's there. She's also transitioning into the new town. She sees a bunch of kids bullying another kid, and she's trying to stop it, and the town looks at her weird, so that's interesting. But overall, this episode was pretty cool. I'm actually digging the vibe of this. My only concern is the fact that, okay, like I don't really know too much about this supposed Stephen King universe. Apparently mostly all his books are connected somehow. So I'm not really sure. That's what people are saying online, so I just go by what they say. So apparently, there's a trailer for one of the episodes of it where it shows like a misty fog. So a lot of people are saying that that's the mist from Stephen King's The Mist book, which, okay, that's cool. We already got one colonel. I forgot the actor's name, but he was, if you guys remember that show Gotham from a couple years ago, he played Lucius Fox. Supposedly his character is the old guy from The Shining. If you guys remember the old guy who like welcomes the family to the hotel, and he tells them about the hotel, and he tells them about, oh yeah, I got this power too, and then the kid has the powers. So he's one of those shiny kid powers. So apparently he's supposed to be that same character. So that's interesting. So maybe something will play on with him. I'm not really sure, but this is what I'm hearing. So that's kind of interesting to me. Like I said before, if this whole thing about Pennywise and where it actually comes from, that he's an entity, he's some kind of entity being or something, and there's a bigger universe throughout the entire Stephen King universe. Okay, I just feel it's as much as I kind of want to get to know that side of it, I kind of wish it doesn't focus too much on stretching his universe into this one particular story. Now, maybe it's part of the book and it's supposed to be like that, but I kind of hope this supposed weapon that they're looking for actually ties into more just Pennywise and not the whole universe of the Stephen King world. You know what I mean? Like that's like my one like major concern about this right now. It's like, are you really focusing on Pennywise in here in this show, or are you guys just going to be focusing on making the Shining and the Mist and Pet Cemetery and all the other Stephen King stuff connected into this one thing? It's all tied in because of Pennywise and what Pennywise really is, this entity. And if that's the case, okay, fine. I can accept it for what it is for a certain degree, but I kind of wish they just lean back a little bit and focus more on Pennywise, where he comes from, why he's there, what he really is, why he's afraid of this supposed god-looking turtle thing that has got the universe on his back. So, I want them to focus more on that, not just try to stretch out the entire, I guess, multiverse of the Shining world. So, I mean, the Stephen King universe. But, we shall see. But so far, so good. I think the actress who plays Lily, this little girl who plays Lily, she's fantastic. I really like her a lot. Kind of glad she didn't die, because she's carrying this show on her back. So far, she's like the best character. Her and then the army guy, he's actually really great. I want to know more about him and what's he gonna do if he finds this supposed weapon for the military. Is he gonna help use it against their enemies? Is he gonna be like, nah, guys, I have a bad feeling about this. We gotta lock this thing up, lock it up for good. But we have to wait and see. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about It Welcome to Derry episode 2. Did you guys watch it on Halloween? Are you guys gonna wait till Sunday? Haven't watched it at all. Not a fan of horror movies or horror shows. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it. And don't forget, like I said, it's gonna go back to normal Sundays starting next week. If it's just a special because it's Halloween. So thank you for enjoying this video, and I will talk to you the next time. Stay safe out there if you guys are celebrating Halloween, and have a good night.